These different theories seem to involve very different views on what a human is. Do you see a connection between theories of human nature and these different political philosophies?
Yes, I mean, if you look at Hobbes, for example, in his justification of the state, his argument that it would be rational to create a state out of the state of nature, his fundamental premise is that at least some people will want to control of others, right? And so that's going to be a fundamental feature of the state of nature, which has to be moderated and controlled. If you look at, say, Kropotkin, I think he would deny that, right? So people do have these quite different pictures of what's fundamental for humans. And there's, of course, an anthropological debate about this as well. It's reflected now in, say, Pinker's claim that the better angels of our nature show that the state has been a big improvement of the modern state, versus, say, David Scott's claim that no such thing has been the case, right? So there's an anthropological dispute which mirrors this dispute. There's also the question of whether or not the culture which involves the state shapes people. So how malleable is human nature? State of nature theory begins by assuming that there is such a thing as human nature prior to any acculturation, and so the state has to, or whatever society you generate, has to reflect that if it's going to work. Whereas on the other side, if you think that the culture and, say, a culture that has a state will shape the people, then of course you might think, well, that we might look at what the sort of people we want shaped would be in order to determine how we want our states or societies to go.